Hey there. We were previously in the lecture talking about the different styles of writing, in which we have been looking at various kinds of paragraphs. We have done descriptive paragraph, describing paragraph, classifying paragraph. Then we also saw how to write an introduction, a quick revision of how to write an introductory paragraph. We have seen that whenever we want to write an introductory paragraph, at that time we must have some attention grabbing of the reader. And for that attention grabbing, there are four ways through which you can do. First is startling information, providing a kind of information to your readers which startles them or surprises them, which brings some kind of ignition inside them that they are very much keen to read what comes next in your essay. Next method is for attention grabbing, that is anecdote. Anecdote means telling a story. If you begin your introduction or if you begin your topic with a story, obviously the reader will easily be able to flow into your essay, and they will obviously love it because you have already enchanted the reader through your first stroke of story writing or storytelling. Next is dialogue. You can also begin your introductory paragraph by showing some kind of dialogue delivery, by interacting with your readers. Of course, they are readers and they cannot answer you back, but you yourself can become the speaker and also the listener and the responder. So, dialogue making is also one kind of way through which you can begin your introduction. Last is summary information. Overall, you can inform the reader what is coming next or what is there in the ensuing paragraphs. So, by following these four methods, you are surely going to write a very good introductory paragraph. Second point is, if your attention grabbing, maybe an anecdote or maybe some kind of dialogue delivery, if it is of a sentence or two, write few more sentences to support your actual attention grabber. And after that, finish your paragraph with your thesis statement. If I say thesis statement, it means you have to write a sentence which is going to highlight the given topic, and that will make you reach to your concluding paragraph. Let's see some example. Look at this example. The title of this essay or the paragraph is Career in Engineering. And how does it begin? Here, the writer has adopted dialogue delivery kind of attention grabbing technique. See, take a look around yourself. So, the writer is actually informing us or is instructing us to look around ourselves. To look around ourselves means, it does not mean that we are going to physically look around ourselves, but it is just an expression. What do you see? So if you're looking around yourself, you will find that there are books, there is chair, there is bed, or there is this laptop in front of you. All the day-to-day things that are man-made, you can be sure that an engineer helped make it. See, so to show the importance of an engineer or to show how engineering plays an important role in our life, the writer very nicely talked to the readers by asking them what can they see around them, and then he himself gives the answer that these are the things that one can see around. And then when the reader looks carefully into those things, he or she would come to know that it requires the efforts of engineers or engineering technique in making those kinds of things. So he is giving introduction about engineers, showing their value in their life, like engineers have shaped our world as we know it. There are many different kinds of engineers, from chemical, mechanical, textile, civil, agricultural, and so on. And then how our civilization was in the beginning advanced from stone age without these people. And then they are talking about the education of engineering. Then what is the future of engineering? See, engineering careers are very secure with respect to compensation. Regardless of this, it have its advantages, disadvantages. So taking this last sentence or last two sentences into consideration, you can explore these ideas further by showing what are the benefits of taking engineering or what are the career in engineering, and later on you can also highlight what are the disadvantages or demerits of engineering. Okay, so this way you can write a very good essay. So this is the best example that could be given. We are moving to our next topic, and that is the last one of this unit, and that is how to write a concluding paragraph. How can you write a conclusion? Some of the people think that conclusion does not play an important role. Or maybe they keep on writing and at the end they forget to write conclusion, they just end it abruptly. Now, supposingly you are watching a movie, you have seen beginning of the movie, you have seen the middle part, you have seen the almost ending part, and you are just eagerly waiting for an ending. And then there is no climax in the movie, and you have to leave cinema halls with all disappointment, thinking what could have been the possible end. You can discuss with your friends, you can discuss with other audience or viewers what could be the possible ending of this movie. Otherwise, it might happen you have to wait for the sequel of that movie. The best example would be of Bahubali, in which you have seen that we know that Bahubali was killed, but no one knew who killed him, and we came to know, okay, Kattappa killed Bahubali. But then why? The reason was not known. The same thing happens in conclusion. If conclusion is not over there in any kind of written material, what happens? Your writing looks incomplete. There are some doubts still in the minds of the readers, and the reader is not satisfied at all with what you have written. They have that feeling of incompleteness inside them. Once you write conclusion, and that's why the second part of Bahubali was called Bahubali the conclusion, because a conclusion, a full stop at the end of any kind of topic is really necessary to have that satisfactory look in on the face of a reader. So let's see what is the method, or what are the methods to which you can write a very good conclusion. You need to understand that conclusion is not just a simple summary of evidence you have provided in your main part of the essay. Some people just think, conclusion means that you have to write summary that these are the advantages or disadvantages of using a laptop, and one must stop using laptop. See, you are just writing it just for the sake of it. You have to think very keenly when you're writing conclusion. This is your last word to your reader. You have written such a good introduction, you have explored the idea so nicely in the middle body paragraphs, but then you fail in the conclusion. Okay, so your conclusion should be how? It should be striking and convincing. It should convince your readers. They should be happy to read your conclusion. Structure of your essay conclusion should be less complicated. Yes, conclusion should come like very nicely in a flow. Whatever you're writing in a conclusion, people should agree with that. Why? Because you have given supporting statements so nicely in your body paragraph that when a reader comes to the concluding paragraph, he is so happy to read the conclusion, because all the doubts in his minds are completely clear by reading concluding paragraph. So, what are the different things that you can do? The main part you need to do is restate essay statement on what topic exactly the essay is. You have to repeat that. Repeating that means not writing the exact sentence as it was written in the introductory paragraph. You have to change the formation of the sentence. If you had used active voice before, this time you use passive voice. If you had used certain words or certain vocabulary in an introductory paragraph, use the synonyms of those vocabulary or those words in the concluding paragraph. Get the main idea from the first paragraph of your essay body. Yes. Then, if supposingly you have written three paragraphs, go to the first paragraph and find out what have you written. For example, your essay was on pollution. So, in the second paragraph, you have written what are the ways through which pollution is increasing. So, mention in your concluding paragraph that these reason had increased pollution in our daily life. In second paragraph, you have written how can you stop such kind of pollution. Okay, so in the next, continuing, however, we still have hope that we can stop this pollution by this method. In the last paragraph, you have mentioned that what are the good things or good initiations till date have been done to control pollution. So you can write about that. The best example is by looking at the good things that have been done to control pollution till date. Okay, so this way you have to conclude what has been written in your three body paragraphs. Okay, so the first line will be taken from an introduction. Next sentence, you can write three different sentences if you want. You can also combine those sentences as you had seen what I have done. These are the reasons why pollution is increasing. However, we can still control them. There is a ray of hope. The best example for it is this is the data which shows how the pollution has been controlled till date, or what the measures have already coming into existence or already been taken into hand by the government or by some organization or by individuals to control the pollution. So I can write that in one sentence itself. I can use three or two different sentences to clear my idea or clearly state what I have already proved with example and supporting statements in the second, third, and the fourth paragraph. That are the three main body paragraphs. So conclude all your main thoughts. Overall, one can say that it is a very tough fight, but a fight which can actually be fought and won. Which fight of pollution. Okay, so just give an ending sentence to conclude your paragraph. Okay, so this is how conclusion paragraph is written. See, please note that the number of sentences of essay conclusion depends on the number of paragraphs in your body part. Yes, as I gave you an idea, you can use different sentences. If three body paragraphs are there, you can use three body paragraphs in three sentences. In case you don't want to use three sentences, you have to use three ideas. And for that, you can use conjunctions like I have used however, then I have used in addition or also. So these are the conjunctions you can use and you can continue the idea. You also need to learn where and how to start a conclusion for an essay. When you think that you have given a satisfactory, you have given some satisfactory sentences or ideas in the above paragraphs, now it is time to reach the conclusion. You must start with your conclusion. You should not extend your essay by making your readers feel bored. Your essay should begin with something general and your conclusion ends with something specific. Exactly. The essay begins with the problems that we are facing with pollution, but the conclusion ends on a good note that this is the a problem or solution, this is need to be done, and this is what has been done till now. So it begins with something that is general, because whenever we write our introduction, usually we write what things that in today's world, in current scenario, one can find that engineering has become the soul of our living. Then you come to the conclusion, you become very specific. You write about engineering. Okay. So you are talking generally in the introduction paragraph, but till you reach the conclusion, you are very clear that what is the point you are going to strike on. See, this is a very big example, so I'm not going to read an entire essay. This is an essay which is written on the topic of importance of education. This is the introductory paragraph. If you look at the introductory paragraph, here a quotation is given. As stated by the famous novelist Victor Hugo, he who opens a school door closes a prison. So here the writer has used attention grabber. Attention grabber with what? With a quotation, with some kind of information. Then he starts writing about it. And look at the last line of the first paragraph. Here are a few reasons why education is so inherently important. And then I have already mentioned over here the gist of this paragraph. Like in this first body paragraph, second paragraph of an essay, but the first body paragraph, the writer is talking about education provides self-dependence. So this entire paragraph is about that. See, the second paragraph is about having an education offers career progression. That means if you have a good education, you can progress a lot in your career. Then the third paragraph, it is talking about having an education builds character and exposes you to the world. So education has a role to play by building your character, and it gives you a chance to come in front of the world. So these are the three major points of all the three essays. Now let us see how the gist of this paragraphs have been used in the conclusion. See, one more point is also there. Educated people helps the progression of society. If a person is educated, it is not that that person himself or herself grows, but along with them, they also bring progression of society. See, now what is in conclusion? Whether it be for personal gain or monetary gain, having an education is something that is respected and much sought after in modern society. So here we are looking at the importance of education. Though post secondary education is not essentially made for everyone, having the ability to apply oneself to strive for more and better in life is what is essential. So we come over here. It gives us career progression. Then, education helps people become more enlightened and self aware. So, see, it builds our character and it brings or exposes us to the world. Then, more skilled at time management and overall respectable human beings. See, so it helps the progression of society also. So, this way, in concluding paragraph, we have a gist of all the three paragraphs which are used in the previous paragraphs, that are the body paragraphs. So this is one of the best way in which you can write your concluding paragraph or conclusion. So here comes an end to our unit 5, that is nature and style of writing. Remember students, I am going to repeat this again and again by saying that in this unit there could be two types of questions that are likely to be asked. First is the examiner could ask you to classify or to tell you or define what is definition paragraph or no, describing paragraph, defining paragraph, classifying paragraph, what is introductory paragraph or concluding paragraph. The examiner might also ask you questions like what are the tips of writing introductory paragraph, what are the tips of writing a concluding paragraph. Otherwise, they can also ask you application based questions. Now, how would be these application based questions? They will give you a topic and they would expect that you are going to write a paragraph on that topic in supposedly 120 or 150 words. Otherwise, they can also ask you to choose a topic of your own wish. Choose a topic that you like, but the topic should justify classifying type of paragraph. Okay, so if you are choosing any topic, you have to apply which method? You have to apply method of classifying. If it is written that write any kind of paragraph of your own topic, we should clearly show the describing paragraph writing technique. So you have to choose a topic, you have to write a paragraph on that topic, and that topic should clearly show defining or descriptive, whatever has been asked type of paragraph style. So in this presentation, I have already shown you or already given many examples. So you can take any of these examples and write in your examination. So this is what it is in Unit 5. More of your queries and other doubts are welcome. You can ask in the comment section or we can interact during our Zoom classes also. So have fun, all the best, keep reading and keep watching.